Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Thursday and chapter 15 of Gwyneth Ever After. I got up this morning to rain, followed by snow, followed by, I'm not sure what it's doing out there right now, but I suspect it's more rain, and it's gray and it's cloudy and it's cold. And so you'll notice I'm wearing my coziest, probably most worn out sweater. I'm doing that because it's actually hiding my pajamas. I haven't actually even gotten dressed yet today. I may not. I may walk the dog in my pajamas. I may just put him out in the backyard today. I think he'll survive. It's the benefit of having an older dog. He'll live. Tomorrow I'm hoping will be nicer. And so very quiet day around here today. Lack of motivation is at an all-time high. So we're here for the reading series, and then I'm going to make myself a cup of tea, and I think I'm going to retire to the recliner and Netflix and some crochet for the still unborn grandbaby. This kid does not want to put in an appearance. I will keep you posted when he finally does. So anyway, chapter 15. I hope you enjoy. Okay, pry the book open. Try that again. Gwyn took the plastic bag Sandy held out to her and shivered in the chill November wind, wishing she'd thought to grab a jacket, too. Thanks so much for bringing this over, Sandy. You're a real lifesaver. I don't know what I'd have done if I'd had to get it myself. Can you imagine the looks if I paraded my two-spotted kids through the drugstore? You know, they should sell this stuff in gallon tubs. I'm sure that's how much I'll go through. Gwyn? Sandy stared at her. Gwyn stared back. A wave of heat rose in her face. You're babbling. Gwyn dropped her head onto her forearms against the car door. You noticed. It was pretty hard not to. Such uncharacteristic behavior wouldn't have anything to do with the man who was standing on your front porch just now, would it? The one you so obviously didn't want me to meet? The man who was standing on her porch? She snuck a quick glance at her house, and her heart sank. Great. Gareth had stepped inside with the kids, eliminating any chance of politely not inviting him in. She held back a weary sigh. She was in no shape to cope with Gareth Connor today. She had enough trouble dealing with that magnetism on a good day. She couldn't imagine doing so when she felt like this. I didn't say I don't want you to meet him, she said. Despite her denial, however, she avoided her friend's gaze, and after several seconds of stony silence from the car's interior, she caved. Fine, I don't want you to meet him. I'm trying very hard not to have my feelings trashed here, Jacobs, Sandy said, but you're making it pretty difficult. I told you I'd fill you in on your birthday, remember? Bull. My birthday has nothing to do with you babbling or with keeping secrets from me. You owe me an explanation. Gwyn floundered. I don't know. I guess it just seems so unreal. What? Are you afraid he'll disappear if he crosses paths with the rest of your life? I guess. Maybe. I don't know. She did know, actually, but she wasn't about to confess the truth. Sandy might be her best friend in the entire world, but she was also a hardcore realist who didn't believe in pulling her punches. Gwyn didn't think she could handle hearing what an idiot Sandy thought she was by indulging in this little fantasy. Much better to extricate herself first and to recover. I'll give you a week, Sandy announced. She started the car. Maggie and Nicky won't be contagious then, and you can have Rob and me over for dinner. But no birthday stuff. I've decided I'm in denial. When are you not in denial about your age? True. Oh, before I forget, I know you have a lot of kids' movies, but I thought you might be able to use some adult entertainment, too. Your favorites, she added with a wink, handing another plastic bag to Gwyn. I borrowed them from someone at the office, so there's no rush to return them. Gwyn peeked into the bag. 3 Gareth Connor DVDs in full-color cases. She held back a bubble of laughter, hysterical, no doubt, through sheer force of will. Clutching the bag in stiff fingers, she summoned a smile that felt more like a grimace and stood back to wave as Sandy pulled out onto the street. Then she started back up the walkway to her house and the man inside it. The front hallway stood empty, but voices coming from upstairs simplified her search. She found her children perched on the counter in the bathroom, watching Gareth, who was up to his elbows in the murky bathwater. He grinned at her over his shoulder as he hauled out a handful of what looked like lumpy gray glue and dumped it into the bucket by his side. "I am not sure I'm making any progress," he said. "For every handful I pull out, it seems two more take its place." He leaned back over the tub, shirt straining across his shoulders and jeans across his... She sucked in a swift, strangled breath. Gareth looked over his shoulder again. "Are you all right?" Gwyn started to shake her head, stopped herself, put a hand to her hot cheek, and made herself nod instead. "Yes, I'm fine, but I should be doing that. You're getting soaked." On the counter, Nicholas and Maggie giggled, and she sent them a look that quelled them instantly. Gareth pulled another oatmeal glob from the water. "Did your friend have the lotion for you?" Here it came. But she had behaved rather strangely when he'd offered to go out to Sandy's car, so she supposed he had a right to ask why. She just had no idea how she'd answer. She braced herself. "Yes." "Good." That was it? She blinked in surprise. He wasn't going to ask difficult questions? A sudden thought occurred to her, warming her cheeks all over again. Maybe he just wanted to avoid any deeper involvement. And after last night's display, who could blame him? The glob plopped into the bucket. "I'll run out for more oats when I'm done with this," he continued, "or I can sit with the kids if you need to get other things as well. You might enjoy the break." "I can't ask you to—" "You didn't ask, remember? I offered." And that was supposed to make her feel better about having a movie star remove cold porridge from her plumbing? For the second time in the space of a few minutes she bit back a somewhat hysterical giggle. Lord, between unruly hormones and sleep deprivation, she was losing it. Maggie and Nicholas had better let her get some sleep tonight, or... Gareth sat back on his heels and raised an eyebrow. "What's so funny?" he asked. "Nothing." The corners of her mouth twitched. Gareth's eyebrow rose another notch. "It's not really funny," she allowed. "Just bizarre. The whole idea of having you here, cleaning up after my kids, babysitting, eating tuna casserole and cold chicken nuggets. I know you've offered to do all these things, Gareth, but it just seems... well, it seems..." She waved her hands, searching for the right words. "I'm sorry, but you can't possibly have expected any of this." She thought he'd laugh with her, or at least chuckle. Instead, his expression took on a brooding intensity that robbed her of breath. It seemed an eternity before he finally responded, a small smile playing about his mouth. "I didn't expect it," he agreed. "But didn't anyone ever tell you? Some of the best things in life are the ones we don't expect." Through a haze of fluttery, unfamiliar confusion, Gwyn registered Maggie's and Nicholas's avid interest in the conversation. A little unsteadily, she crossed the bathroom to where they still sat on the counter and lifted down first one, then the other. "All right, you two, go find something to do while Gareth finishes repairing the damage you caused, all right? And stay out of trouble this time. You can watch TV or read a book, but that's all. Stay out of Katie's room, stay out of the kitchen, and stay out of my office. Clear?" "Can we do dot-to-dots on our tummies again?" Nicholas asked. Gwyn agreed, and the two of them thundered down the stairs. Behind her, Gareth chuckled. "I seem to have created monsters," he said, for all the world like the last few moments had never happened. "I hope it doesn't become a problem." Gwyn made a monumental effort to follow his lead, but her smile felt too unsteady to qualify as bright. As long as they confine their new dot-to-dot skills to the chicken pox on themselves, and don't undertake to include walls or furniture, I should be fine. She motioned toward the tub. "Can I do something? It's not fair that you're doing all the work when my kids make the mess." For the third time, "It's not a problem. I'm sure you have other things you need to do, so let me handle this for you." "But," Gareth frowned at her, "are you always this stubborn about accepting help?" "No, but..." "Then go away and stop bothering me." She hovered in the doorway for another few seconds until Gareth sat back on his heels and sent her a positively ferocious look. Deciding prudence might be the better part of valor under the circumstances, she turned on her heel and left. I thought about reading a second chapter, but chapter 16 is a little bit on the longish side, and I'm a little croaky today. I think it's the weather. I think it's just everything. You may have noticed things got a little bit brighter in here. I think the sun is trying to come through. We will cross our fingers and hope. I function much better when the sun is out. I don't know about you, but anyways, that's it. That was chapter 15 of Gwyneth Ever After. Brought to you by Linda's Pajamas and Cloudy Days this morning or this afternoon. No one has said anything in the comments about wanting this to be in the morning rather than the afternoon, so I'm going to assume you guys are okay with it unless I hear otherwise. Like I said yesterday, if you do have a problem and you'd prefer me to move back to the mornings, let me know and I will do my very best to accommodate. Apart from that, quiet day here. I hope it's quiet where you are. Not unbearably so. I hope you're staying safe. Look after yourselves, look after each other, take care, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.